Happy Tuesday, everyone. It's a flow that is a little bit core heavy this morning. So go ahead and make sure that you really listen to your body as we go through our practice. I just wanted to put that out there right away. I was like, we are moving into a very core heavy practice, emphasizing the connection to our center and integrating to the midline. The heart space intention that has felt true for me to speak to with this core connection is commitment. And the kind of initial reason this came to mind was because my brother's getting married this weekend. And it is interesting how I feel like we can get to know someone more and understand someone better through commitments that they make, commitments that they choose, and how they decide to spend their time and energy. So this idea of commitment has been in my mind, and I was thinking about how we as humans, we make lots of commitments for our lives, and oftentimes those commitments are to things outside of ourselves, right? Which is important. But sometimes we neglect to make the commitment to our inner selves and that relationship, and nurturing and nourishing that inner relationship. And our yoga practice in a way is that commitment, is committing to showing up for ourselves. And everyone's outside in beautiful places right now. Anyways, so that's kind of the rabbit hole my brain has been in this week, is commitments and finding our center through them. Like I said, for those of you just joining, it's going to be a kind of core focused practice. Make sure that you listen to your body. Those of you, like, every class you teach, Natalie, is a core focused practice. It's just a little bit more, but if your low back is starting to speak to you, that's your cue to bend your knees in some way, to drop your knees to the earth for support, right? And that in itself is a commitment to honor your body and what it needs this morning. Cool? We're gonna start in Shavasana when you are ready. Take your time to lie back and get comfortable. Feel free to start in seated meditation if you prefer a tall spine instead. And then when you're ready, go ahead and allow your eyes to close. And start to feel the weight of your body settle into the support of the earth. As you start to notice your breath, the rise of your breath in, and the release of your breath out. Begin to notice the state of your body. The state of your heart. The state of your mind. Checking in with each layer. Maybe making a quiet commitment to each layer, to listen and to be present with it. To be present with your body and listen to your body. To be present with your heart, listen to your heart. To be present with your mind. Be paying attention to the thoughts, the quality of your thoughts, the tone of the thoughts that move through your mind. And as you start to deepen your breath a little bit more, perhaps bringing to mind one specific commitment that you would like to set as your intention for your practice today. This commitment can be related to these 60 minutes, your yoga mat, or something that these 60 minutes supports that your yoga practice supports. Allowing that intention to move forward into the forefront of your awareness. Go ahead and take a deep breath in with your nose nice and full. And whenever you're ready, clearing, exhale to release. Again, breathing into that commitment. When you're ready, clear that breath away. And just one more time, breathe into your intention, your commitment. With your exhale, send it out into the world. Let your lips seal and start to breathe in and out of your nose. So full and steady with each breath. And whenever you're ready, reach into a full body stretch. Let your hands extend up and over your head. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. Maybe circle your ankles and your wrists. Then eventually bring your knees into your chest. And as you gather your thighs in closer with a little rock from side to side. Take a slow breath in. As you slowly release that breath away, let both your knees tip over to the left into a gentle twist. Breathe into your right side body. As you breathe out, let your right shoulder and your right thigh become a little bit heavier. One more breath here. Breathe into that space between your right shoulder, between your right thigh. Spreading every rib apart on your right side. On your exhale, feel that sense of rinse and release. And slowly and gently just bring your knees back through center, maybe lifting one leg at a time. We're going to tip our knees over to the right, gentle twist second side. So just a simple switch. Knees to the right, maybe gaze to the left. And breathing along your entire left side body. And then this time when we come back through center, we're going to bring our knees into a 90-degree bend, so like an upside down tabletop. Knees stacked right over your hip points, shins parallel to the earth. Flex your feet and pull your navel to your spine. Then reach your hands up to the sky, palms facing. Yeah. And then in breath, you're gonna start to lengthen your left leg forward to a hover and reach your right hand up and overhead so opposites extend. Pull your front ribs in and down. Low back's completely connected to the earth. And exhale, slowly bring your left knee back to 90 and reach your right fingertips to the sky. Okay, so same thing, same side. On your inhale, reach your left leg forward, reach your right hand up and overhead. Pull your navel down, super strong. And on your exhale from your core, bring yourself right back to your starting point, taking your time. And one more like this. Inhale, left leg lengthens, right hand reaches, front ribs draw in. On your exhale, bend your left knee to 90, right fingertips to the sky. Now a little bit different this time. Take your left hand behind your head, elbow wide. On your inhale, send your left leg forward to a hover. Reach your right hand up and overhead. This time as you exhale, lift your left leg straight up to the sky, keeping your leg long. And lift your head and shoulders and reach your right fingertips to the outside of your left ankle. So up and across. We'll take that 2 more times. So inhale, left leg lowers, right hand reaches. Keeping your left leg long, exhale to lift your left leg and reach your right fingertips up and across. Good, 1 more time, breath in, lower, open. On your exhale, lift your left leg, reach your right fingertips up and across. From here, release and relax, knees to chest, let your head and shoulders drop back. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. Go ahead and let your knees open wide into just a modified happy baby for a moment. So hands to your shins. Maybe a little rock from side to side before you take the second side of that core connection. And start to bring your knees back into that upside down tabletop shape, 90-degree bend. Reach your hands up to the sky and pull your front ribs in and down. You pull your navel down, start to inhale your right leg forward and reach your left hand up and overhead. Press to your right heel, stretch to your left fingertips. Exhale slowly back to your start, right knee to 90, left hand to the sky. And 2 more like that. Breathe in, right leg, left hand, we reach. And on your exhale, from your center strength, right back to your starting point. One more like this. Feel your navel pulling your low back into the earth, anchoring your low back to your yoga mat. And exhale back to your starting point. Awesome. You're going to take your right hand behind your head this time. On your inhale, start to send your right leg forward to a hover and reach your left hand up and overhead. Really take your time as you exhale, right leg straight up to the sky, long leg, left hand reaches up and across. Think left ribs moving to your right thigh. Then inhale, right leg lowers, left hand reaches overhead, take your time. Now on your exhale, right leg lifts, left hand reaches up and across. Wrapping around your center with your core strength one more time. Inhale, lower, open. And when you're ready, low back stays anchored. Exhale, lift, and reach up and across. And this time, as you release and relax, take a breath in. And clearing breath out. And then start to find your way up to your tabletop pose, all fours. So either rock and roll, forward and back. Just tip over to your left or to your right. And as you spread your fingers across the earth, start to move away from the heels of your hands or the fronts of your palms. With your in-breath, lift your heart, lift your tail to cow pose. Collarbones widen across your chest. Awesome. Exhale to your cat pose, round your spine. And then from here, inhale to a neutral spine. Use your exhale to push into your hands and zip your front ribs in. And then slowly lift your left leg up and back into your one-legged tabletop. Make sure you re-engage your belly so you feel your left glute have to light up in order to keep your left leg lifted in line with your spine. Make sure your left toes are turned down to the earth. Square through your pelvis. Go ahead and reach your right hand forward for your spinal balance. Okay, root down with your left hand, press down with your right knee. Take an extra breath in as you reach. On your exhale, draw elbow and thigh together, round your spine like your cat pose. Pull your front ribs way up and in as you push the earth away. Inhale, slow and strong, reach out, resisting your own reach. Add 2 more like that. Exhale, draw in. Think about rounding your spine as you curl and crunch. One more time, inhale, reach out. And exhale, draw in. And now inhale, reach out long. On your exhale, take your right hand to the right in line with your right shoulder. Right palm is gonna face the earth. Yeah, like a capital T through your right arm. And then you're gonna take your left leg to the left. Out in line with your hip. It's gonna get really spicy through your outer seat. Take a breath in. Lower your right hand to the earth below your right shoulder. Let your left foot lower directly down to the ground. And so your left leg is out in line with your hip. Keep your hips high. Walk your palms forward and dive your chest down towards the earth any amount. You can also kind of reach your sitting bones back as well. So just finding that sweet spot for you. Think anchor through your hands. Reach your sitting bones way back. Strong through your left leg. Keep your left leg where it is, but start to shift back into a tabletop for the rest of your body. So shoulders over your wrists, your right hand over your right knee. Take a breath in, reach your right hand towards the sky, turn your heart to the right. On your exhale, thread your right hand underneath towards your left toes. So you can either bring your right shoulder and right temple to the earth. Your shoulder and temple don't reach, just root down to the back of your right arm. As you press the back of your right arm into the earth, breathe into the back of your heart space. And go ahead and root down with your left hand. Find your way back to your tabletop pose. Right hand to the earth and release your left knee to stack below your left hip again. And get strong through your center, zip up through your front line, and reach your right leg back to your one-legged tabletop. Flex your foot, turn your toes down, and then when you're ready, you're gonna reach your left hand out in front of you. Take an extra moment here, get really rooted through your right hand. Feel energy driving down with your left shin bone. Take your inhale. With your exhale, curl and contract, round it up and in, elbow to thigh. Breath in slowly, sense everything long again. Add 2 more here. Exhale, draw in, push the earth away, try to empty your lungs to connect to your core. And then inhale, reach out. And committed to the breath. 1 more. Exhale, draw up and in. And inhale, send everything long. You're going to take your left hand to the left in line with your shoulder like a capital T, half a capital T. And then here's the spicy spot. You're going to take your right leg to the right. I'm going to scooch over because I'm running into the wall. And you're going to flex your right foot out in line with your hip. Do your outer seat, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Then lower your left hand to the earth. And lower your right foot directly down to the ground, leg extended. Good, strong through your right foot, all 4 corners are rooted. Start to walk your palms forward and dive your chest down. Again, your sitting bones can also reach back if that feels good. Yeah, engage through your right quadricep as you anchor through the 4 corners of your right foot. Take 1 more breath here. 1 more breath out. And then keep your right leg extended, but begin to shift forward so the rest of your body is in that tabletop orientation. Reach your left hand to the sky with an inhale. And thread your left hand underneath as you exhale. And wherever you are in this thread the needle, press down to the back of your left arm, the back of your left hand. Then breathe into the back of your heart. You go ahead and start to press your way back up to tabletop pose. All 4, so left hand to the earth, right knee to the earth. Tuck your toes underneath. And then go ahead and hover your knees just a couple inches above the earth. You're hovering in tabletop pose. And pause for your breath in. Feeling that strength at your center as you breathe out. Take 1 more inhale, push through your hands, push through your toes to pull your navel to your spine. And exhale, downward facing dog, sending your sits bones up and back. You find a little bit of movement as you lengthen through your spine. As you sink 1 heel towards the earth and then the other. Good. You're going to eventually start to walk forward into your forward fold, Uttanasana. Allow your knees to bend and let the weight of your skull become really heavy to the earth, tailbone tall to the sky. Lean your energy into the fronts of your feet. At the same time, feel your sits bones stretch a little bit higher towards the ceiling. When you're ready, you're going to inhale towards your half lift, begin to lengthen out. With your exhale, forward fold release. Inhale, rise all the way to standard Urdhva Hastasana, deep breath in. With your breath out, hands to your heart. Re-invite that commitment right into the forefront again. Breathing into your commitment, fill your lungs. Send your commitment out as you clear that breath away. Inhale, reach to the sky. Maybe look up to the sky. On your exhale, fold to the earth. Soft knees hinge at your hips. And take a half lift at the bottom, lengthen. With your exhale, high plank pose, plant your hands and take a big step back. And hold as you inhale. And stay as you exhale. Next breath in, start to shift forward. Knees up or down, really slowly lower all the way down to the earth. Elbows go straight back to the side too. Now untuck your toes at the bottom. Then inhale to a low cobra, lift the back of your heart space. Okay, stay as you exhale, maybe hover your hands. Take an extra breath in here, pressing the back of your heart, the back of your skull to the sky. And as you breathe out, you're gonna walk your elbows forward into Sphinx pose. Okay, so your elbows stack beneath your shoulders. Push down with your forearms, proud your chest. Take a nice big breath in. And on your exhale, begin to push down with your forearms, tuck your toes, and as you zip up through your front line, forearm plank. So again, your knees can be up or your knees can be down. You're listening to your low back here. Can you recommit to your breath? Even amongst the challenge of holding yourself in this forearm plank. Light up your thighs, your quadriceps, so you push through your toes. And take one more breath in. And on your exhale, back to Sphinx pose, lower your hips down to the earth, untuck your toes. Take a big breath in. Right, breathe belly down, Shavasana, elbows go wide, lower your forehead to the backs of your hands. And take one inhale. And one exhale. So just slide your hands by your low ribs. And then go ahead and press back to child's pose. Keep your elbows hugged in tight so your triceps engage. Use your belly to send your hips to your heels. And you slide forward into your tabletop pose again. Shoulders over wrists, hips above your knees, and then tuck your toes. And hover your knees above the earth, your hovering tabletop pose. Okay, pause here as you inhale. And stay as you exhale. You're really strong with your right toes in your hands. The big breath in, reach your left leg back in line with your spine, hovering one-legged tabletop. Stay as you breathe out. Take an extra inhale. Okay, draw your left knee towards your left tricep as you exhale. Keep your right knee exactly as it is. Inhale, send your left leg back, hovering one-legged tabletop. And exhale, left toes back to your hovering tabletop. And inhale, reach your right leg back. Stay as you exhale. Take an extra breath in, left thigh strong, belly strong. Right knee towards your right tricep as you exhale. Inhale, reach your right leg long. And exhale, hovering tabletop. When you're ready, downward facing dog, send your sits bones to the sky. Take a big breath in. And one clearing exhale out. Go ahead and inhale your right leg to the ceiling. And as you exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Just notice what happened in your shoulders. Maybe your left shoulder needs to lift up square with your right. Feel the strength of your right glute, that same corner area that you use to send your right leg out in line with your right hip. And inhale to your three-legged dog, re-extend. With your exhale, take your right knee towards your left tricep underneath your body. Now reach your right leg through for a fallen triangle. Flex your right foot. Spin your left heel down and open your left hand at the sky. God. With a big breath in, reach your left hand overhead towards the front of your yoga mat. And on your exhale, head back to three-legged dog. Exhale your left hand to the earth. Inhale your right leg to the sky. With your out breath, step your right foot forward in between your thumbs. Maybe help it there. Your left knee is going to dip. Cow lunge, pull your chest through. And with your exhale, cat lunge, lengthen out your legs. And from here, you're going to bend into your right knee again. Then turn all 10 toes to the left until your left knee bends for your side lunge. So all 10 toes are facing the long edge of your yoga mat. Left knee is bent. Take your right hand or your right fingertips to the earth, either one, and twist your left hand to the sky. Big breath in. On your exhale, you're going to thread your left arm underneath your body towards the top of your yoga mat again. Not then reaching to your toes. Think about trying to lift your bicep towards your sternum. So it's going to be kind of like a funny engagement here, actually. You're going to feel kind of locked up and congested, but you're trying to reach your left fingertips to the top of your yoga mat and pull your left bicep to your sternum. Squeezing to the center of your chest, squeezing around your heart. Then inhale, twist open again, left hand to the sky. As you exhale, turn all 10 toes to the back of your yoga mat, low lunge to the back. Reach your heart forward and then mindfully step to your chair pose. Right foot meets your left. It lowers your seat, lifts your heart, lifts your hands, big breath in. Then go ahead and airplane your arms on your exhalation out. As you tip your weight to your left foot, rise up with your right leg, one-legged Tadasana. Now allow your right knee to lower in line with your hip point. So your core works a little bit harder, your hip flexor can relax a little bit more. Then bring your hands together into prayer over your head. Bend your elbows a little bit. And as you bend your elbows, press your palms together and feel that integration around your center, around your heart, through your shoulder blades. And you press, press, press your palms, take a breath in. And on your exhale, figure four, pull your palms down to your heart. Continue to press them together as you flex and sit into your one-legged chair. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. We're going to slow motion rise back up with our right leg. Reach your hands to the sky. You can release that connection of your palms. Then airplane pose, start to fly just as a transition. Give your airplane one breath in. Crescent lunge, right toes release as you breathe out. Lift your heart, lift your hands. Now this is a little bit funky. You're going to take your forearms together in front of your face. So elbows touch, palms touch. You're pressing your forearms, you're pressing your elbows together. So you squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You lift your elbows in line with your shoulders and push your elbows forward as you squeeze your forearms and palms tightly together. Take a breath in. On your exhale, dip your right knee either towards a hover or all the way to the ground if you want a little extra support. Pull your navel way back. Pull your front ribs way in. Your right toes are rooting down, your right heel is high, and you're pressing your right heel back in space. Take a stretch to the front of your right hip. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, we're going to find a prayer twist, so lengthen your right leg, split your elbows, and hook your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. So elbows are now wide, your traditional prayer twist. Your back knee can also be up, right down, that's always your choice. Think about widening your hip bones. A slightly energetic press out through your knees. Then push down through your feet, especially your left heel. And rise up to your high crescent lunge. Root down to rise up tall. Big breath in. And on your exhale, bring your hands down to the earth, bring your left foot. And then three-legged dog, lift your left leg to the sky. And bend your knee, open your hip. Pull your navel in against the strength of your left glute. Feel that squeeze. As you push the earth away, try to relax the weight of your skull. Again, notice what happened in your shoulders. With an inhale, find your three-legged dog, lengthen your left leg. Exhale, left knee towards your right tricep, cross underneath. Head to your fallen triangle here, reach your left leg through. Flex your foot. And as you rotate your right heel down, reach your right hand up high. And breathe your right hand overhead, side body stretch. On your exhale, three-legged dog, land your right hand, and then breathe your left leg up to the sky. Place your left foot forward in between your thumbs. Right knee hovers, cow lunge. Stretch your chest through your biceps. With your exhale, cat lunge, turn the length through both of your legs. Then as you bend into your front knee again, we're going to turn all 10 toes to the right and bend our right knee for our side lunge. So side lunge rather than skandasana. Yeah. Left hand to the earth or left. So it can be either fingertips or palm, just see what feels best for you. Twist your right hand at the sky. Really roll your left ribs towards your right back and your right ribs back in space. Then breath in. Go ahead and thread your right arm underneath your heart space towards the back of your yoga mat. And try to pull, try to lift your bicep to your sternum as you reach to your fingertips. Give it one more breath, feeling that energy around your heart as you wrap around your chest. Bicep trying to lift to your sternum. Then twist open again, right hand to the sky. Beautiful. Turn all 10 toes on the right, low lunge to the top of your yoga mat. Step forward into your chair pose, heart leads the way. A mindful step into your seat. Root and reach, take a big breath in. And then airplane your arms as you breathe out. We'll rise up with our left leg this time. Go ahead and breathe in as you grow tall. And just like before, you're gonna bend your elbows as much as you need to bring your palms together over your head. Let your shoulders settle into your torso. And then press your palms together. Pull your front hands in. Feeling all of that integration. Notice if your left knee is really high, let your left knee lower in line with your hip point. Left foot is flexed. You commit to the breath again. You're going to continue to press your palms together as you pull them down to your heart and find figure four, left ankle on your right thigh. Yeah, super active through your ankle, that's it. As you press your palms, imagine you have a yoga block between your inner thighs to hug into. Give yourself one breath in and one breath out. You're going to slowly start to rise back up, no rush. Pressing your palms together and then eventually splitting your palms apart. We'll transition through our airplane pose, a little softness in your right knee as you fly. Take your breath in. And then crescent lunge as you exhale, left toes land, lift your heart. So back into that forearm connection. So bring your forearms together in front of your face, your elbows touch. You're pressing your palms and your finger pads together. Elbows lift in line with your shoulders, push, push, push. Squeeze your forearms tightly together. Pressing your energy together and forward. Start to dip your left knee towards a hover. You can also drop your left knee to the earth. Then try to zip up through your front line. Pull your belly in, lengthen your tailbone down to the ground. Feel your ujjayi breath here. And one more breath in as that heat cultivates at your center. On your exhale, prayer twist, you're going to lengthen your left leg, split your elbows as you rotate your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Think about your knees moving slightly energetically wide. And then give yourself a breath here. So you push down with your right heel. Press down with your left toes. Slow motion. Root and rise all the way up into your high crescent lunge again. It's a big push. Now hands to the earth, frame your right foot. Step back into your high plank pose. Right foot meets your left. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, shift forward, lower all the way down to the earth. Now untuck your toes. Inhale to a low cobra, lift the back of your heart space. On your exhale, hover your hands. Stay as you breathe in. Sphinx pose on your exhale, walk one elbow forward, then the other. Your elbows stuck beneath your shoulders. Push down into your forearms. Proud of your chest. You can stay here. Otherwise, we're going to go into a forearm plank option for dolphin. So you'll tuck your toes underneath. Take a breath in. Exhale, we drive down and zip up the earth center. And then you can stay here. You start to walk your feet into your dolphin pose. So like down dog through your lower half, keeping that forearm plank engagement through your upper body. Push down with your forearms, pull your navel in to lift your sits bones to the sky. You can bend your knees, so maybe that gets your feet a little bit closer to your elbows. Working to shift your hips eventually over your shoulders to stack. You push down with your forearms, hips high, keep breathing here for 5. Keep hugging to center like you have a block between your elbows for 4. Low belly active for 3. Rooted down with your forearms for 2. Child's pose in 1. Allow your knees to go wide. Your hips settle to your heels and breathe. Okay. We're going to take one more layer of flow. I want to speak to one thing really quick. So if you want to look up here, great. Maybe grab a sip of water if you're thirsty. There is a shape. It's something that my body really intuitively goes into often when I'm practicing myself. And I was taking class the other day. And afterwards, the teacher asked me, she was like, do you ever teach that? And I was like, no, I don't, but I don't know why. So this is a shape that feels really good in my body. It also has the opportunity to move to an arm balance. But I just want to show it to you. We'll have the opportunity to explore it for a moment in the next layer. But what it is basically a half dolphin pose and half of our half dog. So that's scorpion dog shape. And then of course the option for an arm balance. So the way we'll explore is we'll come from a downward facing dog. We'll inhale our right leg to the sky. And as you exhale and bend your knee and open your hip, there's this tendency for the left shoulder to kind of sink. We're gonna allow that to happen a little bit. We're gonna bring our left forearm down to the earth. So my left forearm is like a dolphin pose. My right arm is still like down dog. I'm gonna push the earth away. My right hip is open. Eventually, those of you wanting to move towards the Armbands Variation, what that is you bring your right hand a little bit further back so it's in line with your elbow, a little bit wider, it's like a tripod. And you have to shift your tippy toes so that you're getting your hips over your shoulders, over the stack of your left upper arm bone. If you push down using that integration of your core, you would eventually float the bottom leg up. So that's the Armbands Variation. For today, we'll just stay with a half dolphin, half scorpion dog. If you lift up, left elbow lifts, right leg extends. Okay, so that's what we're gonna add into this next layer. That's also a shape that you can add into when you're cued to go towards wild thing as well. So instead of taking your top leg behind you into wild thing, you would keep that kind of half dog scorpion tail and just lower one forearm. So let's meet in downward facing dog. We have us last layer and then we'll be on the earth. So as you find your downward facing dog, just taking a moment to reestablish the connection to your breath, to reconnect to your commitment. Then following your inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. On your exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Maybe allow your left forearm to mindfully lower to the earth, trying to keep your forearm parallel with the long edge of your yoga mat. Press through your right palm, push through your left forearm, your hips move further up and back. And go ahead and start to lengthen your right leg and lift your left elbow with your next breath in. On your exhale, take your right knee towards your left tricep underneath your body. Ball in triangle, reach your right leg through and open your heart up, big breath in. On your exhale, option to reach your left hand overhead towards the front of the room. Maybe you take an extra inhale. Maybe you bring your left elbow towards your right thigh, similar to that curl crunch that we did in our tabletop shape. Just hold and pause, elbow towards thigh, hips lift up and away from the earth. Squeeze into your right obliques. Three-legged dog, land your left hand and breathe your right leg up. On your exhale, step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. Then right away, turn all 10 toes to the left. Then into your left knee side lunge, or option for Skandasana this time if you want to flex your right toes to the sky. And a big breath in, and then rotate to your left, low into the back of your yoga mat. Out with your heart chair pose, step your right foot forward to meet your left. And as you settle into your seat, lift your heart and hands. And exhale the airplane, your arms beside you. And inhale, go ahead and bring your right leg with you to stand. This time on your exhale, you're going to keep your left hand to the sky, let your right hand fall beside you. The left hand high, right hand low. We're going to slow motion fly back into our asymmetrical airplane. So left hand will reach forward like a warrior three. Reach your right arm and your right leg back. Think about this as like similar to that spinal balance we took from our tabletop. Big breath in. Slowly high crescent lunge, land your right toes to the earth with both hands to the sky. Heart is proud. Bring your forearms together in front of your face. Squeeze your elbows. And maybe dip your right knee to a hover again. Pull your navel way back. Push your elbows together. Squeeze your forearms together. Press your palms together. Take another inhale. And then prayer twist as you split your elbows apart, lengthen your right leg and hook your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Now you have the option to stay here. You have the option to drop your back knee, or if you like a little balance challenge, you're gonna look down in front of your left big toe a couple of inches. And tip your weight towards your left foot. Using the strength of your belly, just hover your right leg up like an airplane leg. So we're not stepping forward with the right foot, we're just floating it into the air. Using the strength of your right leg and your core. Your left leg is your foundational base. Just want to make sure the right leg is still active too. Then back to your prayer twisted lunge, right toes to the earth. Press through your feet, high crescent. That's a big push to the left leg. Inhale at the top. And exhale your hands down to your yoga mat. Frame your left foot. On your breath in, lift your left leg to the ceiling, three-legged dog. As you bend your knee and open your hip, maybe lower your right forearm down to the earth. As you push down your forearm, push through your left palm, let your hips go up and back. Take an extra breath in. And on your exhale, go ahead and release. You're going to start to breathe, lengthen your left leg, lift your right elbow, and twist your left elbow to your right tricep underneath your body. Falling triangle, left leg sweeps through. Spin your right heel down and reach your right hand up high. Reach your right hand overhead with the breath in. Option to bring your right elbow to left thigh, curl crunch as you exhale. Stay for one breath in. On your breath out, bring your right hand to the earth, three-legged dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky again. And then step your left foot forward to the top. We're going to spin our toes to the right, bending our right knee for side lunge or Skandasana. Take an inhale here. And when you're ready, exhale, rotate to your right, low lunge to the top of your yoga mat. Just gonna finish out this layer, then we're on the earth. Chair pose is our next shape. Step into your seat. So you get low to your hips. Lengthen from your fingertips to your sitting bones. Deep inhale. And airplane your arms beside you with your exhale. Bring your left leg with you to stand. And then keep your right hand high, your left hand fall beside you. Reunite your core to participate in your shape. And then slowly fly it back, asymmetrical airplane. And so this will feel probably funky because it's probably unfamiliar for the body. Can we give it a full breath in? And then as you're ready, high crescent lunge, left toes bent. Lift both of your hands to the sky. Forearms together in front of your face. Squeeze, option to dip your left knee to a hover or to the ground. Press, press, press through your forearms. Feel that strength at your center. And recommitting to your breath, recommitting to your commitment you made at the beginning of class. Take an inhale. On your exhale, prayer twist, lengthen your left leg, spread your elbows as you rotate your heart to the right. And you can stay right here. You can lower your left knee to the earth. Or you have the option to find that airplane left leg. So strong through your center, you tip your weight to your right foot. And press down with your right foot as you pull up using your left hamstring, glute, and core. Here for a breath. So land your left toes down if they're lifted. Now everyone push through your feet, high crescent lunge, drive down, down, down. Big breath in to lift you up. Beautiful, exhale your hands down to the earth. Find your high plank pose as you're ready. Take a big breath in. You choose Vinyasa or down dog, so shift forward through a Chaturanga. Or find your way up and back through downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And clearing breath out. And go ahead and find your way to the top of your yoga mat. You can walk, you can hop, you can tiptoe forward. Give yourself one breath in, one halfway lift to lengthen to reset. And bend your knees and have a seat all the way down to the ground. Okay. Nice work, everyone. We're going to lower to the back body now. So if you are complete in connecting to your core this morning, just hug your knees in and relax back. Otherwise, we're going to switch forward. We're just going to do our simple heel anchors to lower it down. You'll flex your feet into the earth. Reach your heart and your hands to the sky. Feel your pelvic floor dropping in as you drive your heels down into the ground. Take a breath. On your exhale, slow motions, you can hinge back. Pelvic floor stays active, heels continue to root into the earth. Feel your heart pulling through your biceps. If you need to, you can slide your heels in closer as you continue to roll down. And eventually, you'll find a full body stretch across the earth. A deep, deep breath in. And clearing breath out. And then slowly start to gather your knees into your chest. Gather your thighs in close. Interlace your hands on your right shin and extend your left leg out across your yoga mat. When you're moving, pose. And find a full breath into your belly. And as you clear that breath away, supine twist. Let your right knee tip across you to the left. If you wanted an optional thigh stretch and add on here. So you might bend your left toe to your seat. Maybe you reach down for your left foot with your right hand. So it's just an optional add-on. You keep the twist, left heel pulls to your booty, right hand catches your left foot. Take 1 to 2 more breaths here. And then when you're ready to release, you have your right hand and your left foot connected. Slowly let that go. Okay, rolling onto your back body. Draw both knees into your chest. Happy baby pose, any variation. So hands can go to your ankles, your feet, or back to your shins for the modified version. Be extending one or both legs, working into the inner thighs. Find a full breath in. When you're moving, pose second side. As your exhale, empty through your body. Release your right leg long and pull your left knee in close. Take an inhale. And find yourself in a supine twist with your exhale. Left knee tips across you, and the optional add-on of a thigh stretch is to bend your right heel towards your booty and to catch your right foot with your left hand. And gently pull your navel to your spine. And one more slow breath in. And even slower breath out. And take your time to release. As you roll onto your back body, bring your knees into your chest. We'll take a final bridge pose, a last bridge pose before we lower into Shavasana. So heels stacked beneath your knees, go ahead and root down through your feet and send your tailbone up to the backs of your knees. Prioritizing the length in your front line more than anything else. So feeling that stretch from your knees to your sternum, navel to spine. Breathe your pelvis forward as your shoulder blades scoop your ribcage back. Take one more inhale. And on your exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Pause for a second as your pelvis arrives to the earth. Ask yourself if there's anything else that you need. And if not, go ahead and just lengthen out into your final relaxation. Send your legs long, your arms long, or find the orientation of your body that feels good for this morning, your practice today. And as you sink in and down, take one more breath in through your nose. And a clearing exhale out of your mouth. Notice if your mind has started to wander. Can you recommit all of your focus, all of your attention to your breath again? And our commitments say a lot about who we are, what we value, and what's important to us. And so can we make sure that our commitments are in alignment with our truth? Either letting go of commitments that no longer serve us and those around us, or revising and ending commitments, adjusting them to who we are today, making new commitments when that would serve our growth, our expansion, and serve our communities around us. And feeling the rise of your breath in and the release of your breath out. You're comfortable and content on the earth. Continue to stay exactly as you are. Rest and receive. If you're ready to bring some movement back into your body, start with your fingers and toes, hands and feet. Maybe even take a full body stretch and breathe your hands up and overhead. With an exhale, you can either bring your hands to your heart, or you can make your way up to a comfortable seat. No right or wrong, just whatever feels right for you this morning. In this final pause, we take a moment to recognize the time and energy that you devoted to your practice today. We recognize the ancient roots of this practice, the practice that brings us together as a community. We see our practice as a space where we can practice commitment, where we can practice showing up, not just for others, not just to our obligations, but also for ourselves, nurturing and nourishing that inner relationship, committing to that inner relationship. Let's take one more deep breath in through the nose together. And clearing, exhale to release. May yoga offer us a path to compassion. And may our practices serve as our teachers, leading us to live more authentically and love more deeply each and every day. Thank you so much. And namaste. Thanks so much, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up for yourself and for this little virtual community. If you have questions, let me know. You can always send me an email, etc., etc. Then I'll see you next Tuesday, hopefully. Same time, wherever place you're in, whether it's by the lake or in a forest or in your home. Hope to see you next week.